Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about a new trio of polishes coming out from my brand Moonshine Manny. So if you are new here, each month I release some new polishes. It's always on the second Friday of each month. So coming up on November 9th, we have 3 new polishes launching. So if you're not new, you will know by now that I love to theme polishes after pop culture things. It just is very fun for me. I also love comedy. So a couple months back, I created a collection called Saturday Night Laughs Volume 1. This collection was inspired by 3 of my favorite Saturday Night Live sketches. And I called it Volume 1 because I fully planned on creating a Volume 2, a Volume 3, and so on, based on more sketches from Saturday Night Live because there are so many. It's been running for decades and decades, and there are so many sketches to be inspired by. After that video, I asked you what some of your favorite sketches were, and for this trio, I picked 2 of your favorites and 1 of my favorites. I do really like all of the sketches, but 2 of them specifically are ones that you guys asked for. So that's why this is the Saturday Night Laughs Volume 2 collection, and I'm so excited to share with you which sketches I was inspired by for this collection. So as I mentioned, this launches on November 9th at moonshinemanny.com. I will link my website down in the description bar below. If you buy the trio all together, it's $30 and each polish will retail for $11. So we're gonna go ahead and do live application just like I do for every other brand that I review here on my channel, so that you can see how it applies and what a typical experience with these polishes would be like. And I'm gonna go in alphabetical order. So the first polish is inspired by a skit that was highly requested by you guys both in the comments and in the Moonshine Manny fan group. This polish is called Cheeseburger, Cheeseburger, Cheeseburger. So I decided to create a polish that is basically like a cheddar cheese slice of cheese that you would find on an American cheeseburger. This skit, if you don't know, I'm gonna put an inspiration picture up here for you. But the skit is basically these, well, so there's Dan Aykroyd, there's John Belushi, and then one of my personal favorites, Bill Murray, that are the 3 main characters in this skit, and they all work in this diner, but they aren't all English speakers, and so when customers come into their diner and try to order, basically John Belushi just orders everybody a cheeseburger, and in one part in the skit, he's pointing out to the gentleman that comes in that everybody there has a cheeseburger. But as he calls out cheeseburger, the fry cook thinks that he's supposed to put down another cheeseburger. So the reason why it's cheeseburger, cheeseburger, cheeseburger is because every time he says it, the fry cook answers back and just keeps adding more and more cheeseburgers to the range. And it's one of the most popular, oldest skits from Saturday Night Live history, one of you guys' personal favorites, and I think it made for a really, really cute polish. So this is a jelly, bright, sunny yellow base, and then it's filled with an aurora pigment that goes from red to green. I wanted to keep this really simple. I didn't want to add too much into this polish because I really did want it to kind of just look like cheddar cheese, but I wanted it to have a little bit of pizzazz, so that's why I added that bright aurora shimmer. So it's a little bit of a squishier, less opaque yellow so that you can see all the shimmer. So this is cheeseburger, cheeseburger, cheeseburger. The next polish in the collection is the one that I chose from one of my favorite skits from Saturday Night Live history, and again, one of my favorite comedians. The name of this polish is I Drive a Dodge Stratus with an exclamation point. And I remember when I saw this in college, I just thought it was the funniest thing ever, and I watched it over and over and over. And basically the gist of this sketch is you have kind of a dysfunctional family. It's a mom and a dad and just the one daughter. It's actually Sarah Michelle Gellar from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And then you have Will Ferrell, who is one of my favorites, and Anna Gasteyer, who is the mom in the sketch. So basically they're sitting down to eat dinner, and the mom's cooked this beautiful dinner, but the daughter hates both of her parents, and pretty soon they start yelling at each other, and then they're just all yelling at the same time. And the way that the dad makes them all stop yelling at each other every time is by yelling that he drives a Dodge Stratus. So nobody's allowed to yell at him because he drives a Dodge Stratus. And somehow in his mind, it makes him superior so that he can't get yelled at. Like, he doesn't deserve that. He drives a Dodge Stratus. And whenever I watch this sketch, I think about how much fun they probably have coming up with these sketches, because it's probably a lot of it just when the cast members are just going back and forth, or the writers, and they're just saying super random things and then they build a sketch off of it. Anyway, I think it's very funny. So I made this light metallic olive green, and inside there we have lots of flakies. So we have these bright purple metallic micro flakies. We have green to teal to blue multi-chrome flakies. We have this strong green shimmer, and then we also have iridescent chameleon flakies shifting from green to blue to purple. I'm going to swatch this for you at 2 coats. You could probably go for 3 if you wanted to just build up a little bit more depth to this polish, just making it look a little bit more rich. But what you're looking at here today is 2 coats of I Drive a Dodge Stratus. The last polish in this trio was far and away the most highly requested from you guys, and this polish is inspired by the late Chris Farley in his sketch where he keeps saying "in a van down by the river." So this polish is called "In a Van Down by the River," and I really wanted this polish to evoke the same feeling that his attire evokes in the sketch. Quickly, again, I'm going to give you a gist of this sketch. So basically, Chris Farley is coming in as a motivational speaker. This mom and the dad have sat their teenage kids down on the couch, and they want the speaker to come in and just kind of scare them straight so they're not going to be using drugs or doing any bad stuff. And they bring him up from the basement, actually, because he doesn't have anywhere else to live, this motivational speaker. And he comes up, and of course, Chris Farley is just amazing. Genius, adorable, amazing Chris Farley. What I was inspired by for this polish was the beautiful light blue. It's like a tiny bit purpley, light blue gray that is in the plaid jacket he's got on. He has a green tie on, just like a straight up Christmassy green tie, and then of course he has a white shirt and khaki pants. So those are the elements that are in this polish. I wanted it to really evoke the feeling that he has in the skit. The character's name he's playing is Matt Foley, and he just starts screaming at these kids, and over he just keeps telling them if they don't straighten up they're gonna be like him, and he's a man living in a van down by the river. And he just keeps saying that over and over, and he's so funny. At one point he falls on the table and it smashes. And one of the things that makes this skit so funny is that Chris Farley and David Spade play off of each other so well. They made several movies together, and David Spade is just cracking up the whole time. Chris Farley is like this far away from his face, just screaming into his face, and it's just so funny, you guys. It's just one of the most loved Saturday Night Live skits of all time. So in this polish, like I said, we do have this soft, dusty gray blue. I started actually with this beautiful sky blue mix in my base, and then I added this blue to purple multi-chrome pigment, which kind of grayed it down. Multi-chrome pigment always makes something a little bit dusky because it's essentially a metallic pigment. So you've got this nice blue to purple glow in this polish. And then this polish is also freckled with a beautiful multi-chrome flaky that's going from green to teal to blue, the same flaky that's in I Drive a Dodge Stratus. And that's pulling in the green into this polish as well from his tie. Again, you're going to see me swatch this at 2 coats, and that is In a Van Down by the River, you guys, and that rounds out this collection. Just a little trio for November. I hope that if I based a polish off of one of your favorite sketches that I did it some justice. Thanks for stopping by to be here today. Again, these go on sale November 9th at moonshinemanny.com. I hope to see you back for the next video very soon. Take care. Bye!